Well, shit, we should have talked a little more.
Yeah, from New York.
All right, here we are getting ready to do our second half of the day 2 portion of the 7-day massage work, chair massage work that we're doing. So, second half is a little bit more relaxed, a little more easygoing. Anyways, Dawn's been doing quite a bit better as far as physical aspect portion of it. We're gonna see if we can kick it up a few notches and see where it goes, right?
Sloan has the same shoulder injury, surprisingly. Very similar situation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And we've talked about paddling and about swimming, and he can't do any strokes. He can't do any strokes either.
Oh boy.
And he's of the mind that he thinks he's just going to have to live with it, and that's all there is to it.
Well, if you accept it, just like anything else, then you are
So
allowing
I
it
was
to
telling
be.
him about you
Yeah.
and what we're doing.
What do you think about that?
I thought it was great if it could work.
Well, so far, showing some improvements. It's funny because it's always the opposite side, right? But it popped right in that time. That felt like the top part of the traps might have been the supraspinatus anyways, but it felt like it just went right on in.
Well, where was it to begin with?
Right here.
Uh-huh.
It was just popped up. Yeah, you can feel the chunkiness of it there where I'm going over it. Right. Right. Oh. See how it's staying real chunky, but we're getting deeper. Now we're separating muscles. We're starting to actually be able to differentiate a little bit. That's a big bonus. You got to have the muscles separated. They got to have room to move. Otherwise, you can't get anything done. Can't expect them to fall. If they're glued up together, they can't fall apart. They're going to stay locked together. They got to have that space to fall apart.
Opening the space for healing, then.
Right, circulation. That's what I always talk about, circulation. If you don't have circulation throughout, you're going to dry up a spot and you're going to have a disease there eventually. So, we need circulation. Oh yeah, I mean even that. I'm not even digging really far into the subscaps and they're already willing to let me warp my way in. We're just going to get right up on there.
They've just given up.
They've determined that they need to not be holding on to everything else. Go ahead and let it fall. You're just having, there you go. You're holding up here. You don't always realize that you're holding from your traps or you're holding from your neck or anything. So sometimes you have to have somebody help you remember, hey, let that go, let that go. Yeah, that's much better. I can feel the rhomboids separated from the traps finally. They're not glued together anymore. Little digging in there. Little digging. There we go. Still pretty chunky up inside of there. Sure you agree. Sometimes you just need an active release. Set in place. See how nice this side is?
I do.
I mean, you can just wander around in there, it's no big deal. And that's what we're looking for from the other side with arms. Just gonna release it up. Literally set my foot in there. Let go. There you go. Don't even worry about trying to squeeze. You don't need to. I can see this trap or the tricep on this side is twisted outward like that. And it needs to be released inward like that.
Try to help that.
I'm gonna just see if I can roll it out. As I told you, you can think about it. Go a little bit more, and I'm not using a lot of pressure with my foot. I'm sure you can attest to that. It's mostly just there to keep you from coming off the chair too quickly. Pretty good arterial movement in your wrists, which is nice. Okay, go ahead and give me some pressure pulling your hands away. There we go. Now down, downward. There we go. Now let it roll. Put this one up. I'll take this one. Probably not a technique usually seen very often, but
What, the shaking?
no, what I just did.
Yeah.
As far as pulling it like that,
Uh-huh.
and then sticking my foot on your back. But even that, it just, I can feel that there's quite a bit less in the subscaps now. They're just not as inflamed from that. Not a bad way to spend the pandemic, huh? Look at that. Kind of pull it a little bit. Not doing a lot. I'm not a physical therapist. I'm just kind of squeezing on there a little bit to give it a little traction away. Checking the movements in there. Back to the ROMs. Little thumb against the rhomboid and move it around. Range of motion in the front is very important. You're grabbing in right there. You're pinning them and working right in that spot. So it's a double edge. That's real sore, huh? Let it go. You keep pulling up. That's the thing. I know. Let it go. I know it's hard. Even this movement has gotten easier. We can just kind of draw it around. Now we're going to work on just slowly bringing it up. Right there.
Oh, you have tremendous strength, Theo.
Yeah, it takes a bit here on this one. I would do something different if we were on the mat on the floor or if we were on the table. But we're doing specifically chair work on this one. So. Elbow's not all the way open yet. That way it is just about. This way it's quite a bit more held up.
You're not going to give this a chance not to heal.
No, we want to get it done. We want to get that scar tissue broken down as a constant, consistent thing. So that way it flattens out and releases that tension in there. I'm even feeling good popping in the infraspinatus. That's good.
We've never had that before.
No, no. Get these borders around that edge of that scapula. We got to get in there and open it up. Open it up. Next up, we're going to head down to the hips. Much nicer up here. Even here, there's only just a little bit of tension right there compared to what was there before. Just working that out. Get down to the hips. Lumbars first. We release these lumbars.
Is the hip something that has to do with the shoulder, or is it totally independent?
Well, it does, because everything's cranked up here. This lat is going to cause trouble. So, and amongst other things. So.
Oh, that's a tender spot.
Yeah. Right on that.
So it does have to do with the shoulder.
Yes. Oh, you can feel it. They crunch each other up. They cause each other pain. Right there. Let me have this leg. Don knows what to do now. Knows what's coming. Yeah, there we go. Almost need a smaller seat for this.
That does stretch it out nice.
Doesn't it? Go ahead and bring your leg around. I'll go to the other side. Go ahead and give me that other leg. Yourself there. There we go. A little cranky spot, huh? Just a little bit. Posterior iliac crust right here. Probably a QL issue. Could be multiple different things in that area. Specifically, but there's going to be independent stuff. Didn't realize this side was so much more cranked up, did you? And you'll find that a lot in these X patterns on how things are. Damage up here causes damage to the opposite side of the hip. Walking funny, moving funny, doing things funny. Pretty commonplace. Go ahead and bring your foot around and reset yourself. There you go. Now we can get back in here. I've been working that QL anyways, but we're going to get back in here and just kind of open it up a little more. Work some of these. Gluteus medius. Along that linea aspera. Same thing on this side. Should be rubbing these when we come back from our walk or while we're out.
Yeah.
A lot of work keeping that femur twisted in, which is putting some pressure in there too. And if you don't do it, then they're going to be even madder, and your adductors will be mad. So that'd be the ones on the inside. This is an abductor. A couple little lizards playing around over here. Okay, Don, go ahead and come on up. That's our wrap on this session.
Oh.
How are you feeling?
Once again, I'm very grateful. You just have tremendous strength and
Thank you.
ability to know where to apply it.
Thank you.
It's hard on the client patient. I don't consider myself a baby to pain.
No, there's
I think
some.
I can take some, but
Yeah.
a client patient has to be
Well,
willing.
this is rehabilitative. We're working some fairly deep stuff, and our intent is a very short period of time we're going to fix this problem versus dragging it out for long periods of time over a huge amount of sessions. We're doing it in 15-minute sessions each time, and we're doing it fairly quickly. So it's a very different ball game when you're doing that. That's for sure. Inflammation comes up, we get the senses there, and then we drop that out, rub it out, get it going, and then you move around and keep it active, and then you can get about chilling out after that.
It seems to be working, and it's really very encouraging. So
And you're standing much straighter even now.
I feel it.
So
I feel it. So
good deal.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.